There we are. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to the show, man. Movie of the week, episode 112. This was my pick. We did. This was the one that I don't know. I was kind of bouncing it around, trying to decide if I really wanted to do it, and then just kind of popped up, and we said Cape Fear, and we stuck with it. So we watched Cape Fear. I think it's 1992. Or I might be way off on that. Actually.
I think it's a 91, but I could be wrong.
Early 90s, Martin Scorsese, Robert Deniro, Nick Nolte, and a real young, what's her name?
What is her name?
Crap, I'm blanking on it too.
Wow.
I keep wanting to say Arquette. It's not Arquette.
No, it's yo, what's up, JJ?
Juliette Lewis.
Juliette Lewis.
Yeah.
I always had a crush on her when I was younger, man. Juliette and the Lick. She had a good rock and roll band for a while. I don't know if she's still doing that or not, but she's always been cool, man.
Yeah, I think she's still doing all that.
Yeah, she's always been like a cool chick, dude. I like Juliette Lewis, man. So this is a movie got a killer cast and a great director. So like, I didn't know it was Scorsese until Josh mentioned it. I mean, I knew when you mentioned it like a while back, and then I'd forgotten again because that's how my brain works. And then when you mentioned it, I was like, oh, that's right, Scorsese. So that actually leads me to like some kind of questions. I got a few things I wrote down, not a whole lot. This movie is pretty simple. It's about a lawyer that he's what do they call it? A defense attorney for public defender.
Or he was.
Yeah. He was a public defender, and he got this guy a plea bargain actually. And instead of giving him like life for a SA, he got him 14 years. He could have gotten a lot more, but he also could have gotten a lot less. But he hid this piece of this document. He like just kind of like buried it in the files and stuff, so they never really saw this piece of information. And that caused him to go to prison for 14 years. And then he finds out about this information, and then he comes out of prison pissed off, rightly so. Mm-hmm. And just because you did something wrong doesn't mean you don't deserve a fair trial, man. It's crazy. Yeah, cinema. Cape Fear's a remake. That is correct.
From the 60s.
Yeah, the original I've never watched. I have no desire to watch it.
Well, both the original actors are in the movie.
Oh, really?
Robert Mitchum. He's the old police detective.
Really?
Yeah, he plays the Max Katy.
Oh, really?
Character.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
and Max Katy's lawyer. Towards the middle,
with the mustache.
Yeah, with the mustache. That's Gregory Peck. He played the.
I thought I recognized that
Nick
guy.
Nolte.
I just didn't know why. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I may visit it one of these days. Have you seen it before? The original? Not you, Josh. Chop shop over here. Anyways, so the movie basically starts as Buddy's getting out of prison, and it's a revenge flick basically, but it's kind of a crazy one. I genuinely think I'm gonna probably throw this on my horror movie shelf, dude. This is a pretty crazy. It's a crazy flick, dude. Like, yeah, I think Scorsese gave us a horror movie with Deniro in it, man. That's what I think happened.
Yeah.
I thought that Nick Nolte's character was kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's like burying the lead for this guy so he can't get out of prison. Look, what the guy did or didn't do is besides the point. When you're going to court, you're entitled to a fair trial, and if there's some information that could get you a lesser sentence, you're entitled to that, man. Like, because then you're not really a criminal necessarily, because you got something proven that something else happened. So his whole life is different because of this shit, and I just don't think that's cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, your job is to defend them to the best of your ability, right?
This fool said, I feel like you got to see the original properly critiqued. Shut the fuck up. You're out of your mind. No, you don't. I've seen the original to properly critique the original.
I think the film can stand on its own.
Right? Yeah, I mean, don't really shut the fuck up, but like, dude, come on. That's silliness. I hate it when people say stuff like that because it's just silly to me. I.e. Scarface. You're saying that you should watch the original Scarface to critique the fucking Al Pacino Scarface.
Those movies aren't even the same. That's like,
yeah, that's
the De Palma Scarface is like a completely different character.
Yeah, bro, you're ridiculous. Quit trying to sound smarter than you are. I know I'm fucking dumb. I just go with my shit. Where you been at, man? Me and this dude, we argue so bad. Like
yeah,
this is
I've
like
seen it on Facebook.
I love it, dude. He's cool though. It's just we disagree on everything. It makes you appreciate it. No, it doesn't. Might make you appreciate it, and that's cool. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so anyways, the Nick Nolte's character is a kind of a dirtbag character. Yo, what's up with that lady that he's like the clerk woman that he's, I guess, cheating on his wife with?
He's just playing racquetball with her.
Yeah.
To be clear.
What else is she in?
That's all he
She looks
did
familiar.
up to that point. She's in Frailty, Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon. That's a really great movie.
Okay.
I don't know if I've seen that.
I don't think I have either.
Well, that movie's awesome. That movie is, the sequel is about as bad as the original is good.
Yeah, I meant to look that chick up. I know I've seen her in something.
Now I'm curious if he's seen all these original movies and why. It's a waste of time. No, I'm playing. It's not a waste of time.
I mean, I was gonna say I don't think it's a waste of time.
No, I know. I'm just being argumentative now.
If we had more time this week, I was gonna try and watch the.
My guy,
but...
see, no, dude, we go back and forth. But at the end of the day, if somebody like said something like fucked up to him, I would jump in there real quick and be like, "Hold up, bro, what?" Like it's just like I could pick on my sister, you can't, bro. This is my friend. I could talk shit to him, you can't. But
right.
No, I don't know. This movie was really good. It was so creepy, dude. Like Deniro. Okay, the accent.
Yeah, the accent's bad.
I wrote down in my notes that the accent was almost as good as Robert Pattinson's accent.
I mean,
yeah, I know. I know accents have been kind of a tough spot for us.
Okay,
I dropped out for a second. I was like, I'm out of here.
But this shit
was pretty rough.
It killed the movie for me. I couldn't get over it. Especially like even toward the end, like
dude, how can you not just like let that go? Like all the shit that you like that's out of control, ridiculous, and that bothered you that much.
It was so bad. I just chuckled almost every line, and sometimes it kind of dipped in a little bit. I mean, and just wasn't as bad, and I feel like it was kind of working. And then all of a sudden, he'd have a few lines. It's just, oh my god, this is retarded.
Yeah, he's talking like I'm like, bro.
Yeah, it's shit. What's the big rooster in Looney Tunes? Foghorn Leghorn. Yes.
I'll say what?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because like otherwise his acting is great. Like, look in his eyes, and he's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, and especially at the end, like the very end, when he's like going off on him in the boat, like he's going for it. Like, I can't fault his acting, but man,
his accent was so bad that it really does make the movie go from like a 9.5. It drops it.
Yeah,
it makes the movie so campy. Like
it's a lot harder to take serious with his accent for sure. Yeah. I absolutely agree with that. But his acting, like you said, it's like it's so good. Like he's one of the best villains, period. He's so scary in this movie, dude.
Yeah.
He like convinces their daughter to like talk to him and be friendly. And I'm like, we got daughters, bro. All three of us have little girls.
Yeah.
And I'm going, no, do not talk to him.
I mean, really, that's the scene of the movie. That's like the like, I mean, it's like pretty much right in the middle of the movie, and it's like the turning point. It's like, okay, fuck this.
Yeah.
This is no more. Yeah.
He we're in the middle of a podcast. How are you? We're chilling, talking about this movie.
What did y'all think of Juliette Lewis? Because I actually didn't like her acting very much.
Yeah, the mother.
She's pretty young.
Too, her and the mother.
She's never been like a 10-star actor. I just like her.
Yeah. She just like I know she's supposed to be sort of like a really young,
kind of naive, sheltered kid
girl. Yeah, but it felt like a little bit too put on. Like the movie feels
why is
campier.
It not letting me? Yes.
Than it should be.
Her acting, his accent makes it like harder to take serious. But
I mean, it is kind of. Oh.
He bounced. I don't hear him either. I imagine he's talking.
We're still live though.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know how this works.
there
it is. Yo, what happened?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was like asking a question, and I like looked down and looked up, and it was blank, and I was like, "Oh no!" Like I don't have the know-how to do this. Okay, so yes, we all need to hit the. Okay, yeah, something was happening because it wasn't even letting me pull up the comments on my end.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're showing up for y'all, but they weren't showing up for me.
It's fixed now. It looks like.
Okay. The show's been hijacked. Probably has by that fucking kid that was fans of the Cemetery Kid. It was never mind. Y'all don't even know what's happening. There's this whole thing going on that y'all would just hate. So, Atomic Lizard. Not to sound like an asshole, we're talking about a very specific movie right now. Once we finish talking about this movie, we will happily talk about other movies that we've watched, and I would love to talk about Jojo Rabbit for a minute. So, yeah, bro. When he starts talking to the daughter, I went from kind of almost being indifferent and kind of having some empathy for a situation to being totally like, okay, look, this is where when I was a kid, they said 2 wrongs don't make a right. Like, that's exactly right. 2 wrongs do not make a right. You don't do something wrong because somebody did something wrong to you. It doesn't do.
Well, up until then, Nick Nolte is such a piece of shit that you don't really feel bad for him.
That is true. It's hard to feel. I feel sympathy for his wife and his daughter.
Yeah.
Even that lady that got beat up in the hospital. Art the Clown, bro. What kind of question is that? Art or Michael Myers, dude? Come on, bro. You're asking
he does
me
use
that?
guns, so.
Well, yes. Why he's better? Anyways. All right. Hey, be good, bro. Yeah. You know what though? You were right when you said he was just playing racquetball with that woman, but still, like.
Oh no!
You were joking, right?
I was joking. Yeah, I was joking.
Yeah. But they were kind of just playing racquetball. But then they like, even when they talked about it, they were like, we should stop hanging out. And then they're like, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Cape Fear is very creepy and disturbing for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like, okay, what? Let me pull up my. I don't have a lot of notes, but I wrote a couple things down. Oh, you know what? This is a random question, but it's from the very beginning of the movie. Why does he have a picture of Black Bolt in his cell? Did you notice that? He's like at the very beginning when it's showing him doing like the pull-ups, and it shows his back and it's going in. It's like in his cell. It starts here, and you see like a shadow of him, and then it pans back and it shows him doing pull-ups. The very first thing you see in the whole movie almost is Black Bolt. Like it's a picture of him on his wall in his cell.
Like Marvel's.
Yeah,
Inhumans Black Bolt.
Inhumans Black Bolt, and I like the Inhumans. I've always been a fan of that guy, so I've been a Inhumans fan for a long time, and I saw that and was like, I don't remember that. And then he had like the tattoos on him. Those were Black Bolt tattoos.
Oh, which ones?
Yeah, the ones that were like the little lightning bolt things. Those are the same things that are on Black Bolt.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm wondering if there's a reason for that. Like, did Scorsese like comic books at some point, or did somebody working with him, or somebody that was writing it? Did they read? I wonder if there's an answer to that question, or if it's just like, oh, it's just a really big coincidence, because that could also be the case. It wouldn't surprise me. But
I know. So I have the Blu-ray.
Okay. I'll have the DVD.
Scorsese, so I have all his movies. So I went through and watched there's like a making of documentary. And the tattoos were all Deniro's idea.
Oh, that's
cool. Wasn't in the script.
Like really?
He did that. He just
he should have, man. That's what
he did. He did research on people that did time and these type of offenses and stuff, and like what kind, what they're like and what they look like, and you're in prison for years, you end up just doodling on yourself, and
that's a good point. Yeah, well, no, I mean he absolutely wouldn't have looked the part close to as much without those tattoos. Because my dad was a prison guard, and he was a police officer, and he was former military, and he had like similar style tattoos, different content, but similar style. And every picture I ever saw of him with like a convict or something, it looked like Robert De Niro, because they're all from that era. All the pictures are like 30-something years old at this point. But yeah, man. That's
interesting. Yeah, I didn't catch that.
The character in this was so good, man. The accent was such a bummer, because I wonder what was the reason for that choice. Is it because back then it was socially acceptable to be like, oh, people from the South are just dumbasses. They're morons.
Yeah, I think the idea was that he's a country bumpkin because they say that he couldn't even read when he defended him. So they're just trying to make him like this sort of just backwoods idiot.
Okay, well that makes sense because they could, Yeah. Well, I want to just take a moment to say R.I.P. John Ritter. What was that movie they were watching in the theater? I was kind of being silly, but I freaking love John Ritter. He was awesome.
Oh, what was the movie? I forgot.
Was it the Problem Child? It may not have been, but I feel like it was Problem Child. Maybe not. I don't know. But the laugh that he had in the theater, I hated that. That was it was so clearly forced that I was just like, ugh.
Well, yeah, I think he was messing with them because they were sitting right behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it, I believe he is putting on. Like he is like cheesing it up just to like push them. Just to kind of push the envelope.
Yeah, some of it I couldn't tell if it was just a bad choice on their part when making the movie or if it was part of the story.
Yeah.
And then he had that giant dick-shaped cigar he was sucking on the whole movie.
That is a gigantic.
Dude, it was so big, bro.
It is comically large.
Yeah.
Like I smoke cigars.
Man said it is comically large.
I mean, I smoke cigars on occasion, and I've never gotten anything. I'm
gonna go to your house. You're gonna be like, "Hey, Randall, what's up? Can you help me light this? I gotta use both hands to hold it." All right, buddy. Let me get the torch.
Yeah, but like
pretty ridiculous.
Tie it back to Black Bolt, like he just felt like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I wrote down on my notes that boy, that's a dangerous game he's playing in racquetball. Because up until the point where they're talking about it, you're just like, oh, dude, like, and then they start talking about it, and you're like, oh, you need to bail, dude. Like, I'm so happily married. I can't imagine what my life would be like if I lost my family. Like, and that's what you're doing. Messing with another lady, or you're fucking with your family getting taken from you, man.
I just can't help thinking like racquetball. Like what happened to racquetball? That was so big in the 80s.
It was so big. Every movie has racquetball. Every movie from that era.
Yeah, I mean, I got into racquetball for a little while, like back in the day. Like,
did you really
going to gyms and stuff?
Dude, I couldn't.
My dad had all kinds of like racquetball stuff because he was super into it. I mean, I'm sure I was at the very tail end when I was just like going to a place and they had racquetball courts. I was like, oh, I have racquetball stuff. We can do that.
Yeah. That's an interesting comment. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm gonna go with meet the fuckers.
Dude.
But I'm kidding. I would say probably like
it's
maybe Goodfellas or even Casino he was really good in that too.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Performances, Josh. What's your favorite Deniro performance? Do you have one?
My favorite.
I don't like Raging Bull. I've tried to watch that movie so many times and I can't get into it.
I mean, I would say Taxi Driver or Raging Bull. I mean,
you're not a big Taxi Driver fan either, right?
No, not really. It's okay. I like it better now than I used to, but it's not something that I,
that's
look to watch very often.
I just rewatched Heat the other day. He's fucking amazing.
Man, that movie's so good.
Yeah, I forgot about Heat.
Oh, dude, how'd you forget about Heat? That's one of my like top 20 movies of all time.
You know what? Yeah. Underrated. Jackie Brown.
Oh.
He's so good in Jackie Brown.
Dude, Jackie Brown is this character.
Sort of like, except if he was just like a pothead.
Yeah, he got caught back up and went back, got back out. A little more chill, a little older.
Yeah, but that character worked.
Yeah, that's true.
He like barely talks, but he's just such a schlub in that movie. It's so weird.
Oh, sorry for sniffling, man. This cold's got me kicked in the nuts right now. Let's see here. I think my favorite part of the entire movie is because Nick Nolte. He's weird, man. Because through the whole film, he's like, oh, I don't want to do this because I shouldn't. I think he feels guilty for screwing him over because he's trying to stick to like doing things legally to get rid of this guy. He keeps bringing that up, and I'm like, oh, you feel like you got to pay some penance for your crimes, man. But he doesn't want to do it the right way and go tell on himself and get himself in some real trouble. So he's like trying to act like he's better dude than he really is. But I like when they go and they go ahead and finally get them dudes to beat him up in that parking lot. And they start fucking him up, and you're like, "Oh, they're getting him!" And then all of a sudden, he headbutts that guy, and you're like, "Uh-oh,
yeah,
I thought this might happen." And then he just beats the shit, and then he goes, counselor, and I was like, oh, that's scary. I was like, that's scary.
That's my other favorite scene. That's
my favorite scene in the movies. Is that scene? Which is your favorite one, Josh? The other favorite one?
Well, the other one is him with the girl.
Oh, in the school talking to her.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he's like convincing her, like, are you know, I'm not a bad person. I didn't do anything wrong. And he's like, you and I are trying to make things.
The pot and
bro, that's so scary, dude.
Yeah,
I think he's a terrifying person in this movie.
I think that's De Niro's best like moment in the movie.
Yeah,
where it like the kind of wall of corniness falls away, and like that scene, if the whole movie was pulled off as well as that scene, you know, I would be having a completely different conversation.
I don't feel bad for the father. I feel empathy for the family, and I feel for the daughter and the mother.
Yeah.
The father, I feel like, I mean, that's not necessarily true. I feel a little bit bad because even bad people deserve, because I feel bad for De Niro's character getting shoved in prison, and he clearly wasn't a good dude.
Yeah.
You know, so I have to feel a little bit bad for the father, but not to the point to where I'm not like, well, you know, it's not, he didn't deserve it necessarily, but at the same time, he kind of did. You know, it's a very, very weird gray area.
Yeah, you can see why he would do that too. Like, I mean,
also that, yes. What's up, Jake?
Yeah,
like this guy's a piece of shit. He should go away, you know?
Yeah, but it's like the thing is that that's not how the judicial system's supposed to work.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
I'm sure that's the intent of the movie. Is
yeah.
He clearly did it. He's insane, but yeah, like you said earlier, you kind of deserve a fair process, but.
It is what it is, dude. If you can get away with it, you can get away with it. Like if you actually can get away with something. Yeah.
But
I mean, dude, look at O.J. Simpson, bro. He got like an overly fair trial, bro. Yeah. Like that guy for sure did it.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Is like, is the judicial system the most fair thing in the first place? Like, can we say that?
It's supposed to be that way. Yeah, it's supposed to be. If you asked a lawyer, they'd say that they would probably side with the judicial system. They believe in it and they want to do right a lot of times, not everybody, but like that's also a giant gray area.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of lawyers' jobs is to find loopholes and things too, like to get around the
to protect rich people from having to do anything except be rich people. I can't imagine being a criminal defense attorney, like, dude, like. Yeah. I just and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, I can't imagine sending some guy away for like 40 years for stabbing some guy that was like shoving him around and talking shit and smacking him or something. Because like I see stories all the time where some guy got, I watch a lot of true crime stuff and it sends me down these rabbit holes, and I see stuff where a guy was defending his brother at like. What was this guy doing? I think they were at a grocery store, and his brother was getting like picked on by this guy, like bad. The guy's like they had security footage of it, and this guy's like yelling at this maybe 17, 16-year-old, old enough to be like a bigger kid, but a kid still. And it's a grown ass man yelling at him, and the older brother's like, yo, blah, blah, blah. And they're like he's trying to intervene, and then the guy shoves him too, and they end up getting in a fight. Well, he ends up beating this dude up because the guy shoves him. Mm-hmm. And then he got like, dude, years in prison. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, what? And I just don't understand. So I couldn't be an attorney to have to send somebody to prison like that. No, dude, you picked on the guy and you got beat up. That's on you, bro. Like, case solved, bro. Go home. Like,
yeah,
you're lucky you're not in the hospital, you know? Oh, man, I can't breathe. Cape Fear or Fatal Attraction? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to have to go Fatal Attraction because there's no silly accents in it, but I like Cape Fear's story better. Fatal Attraction is very good.
I've never seen Fatal Attraction.
What? That sucks, bro. It's a good movie.
It's fine.
Josh,
so
Josh, stop breaking my heart, Josh.
I just watched, like, I went on a kick of like the big erotic thrillers like a few months ago.
Yeah,
and did. I watched Fatal Attraction and I watched Basic Instinct and
I like that one too.
Basic Instinct is awesome. That's Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah, Basic Instinct is probably better than all three of them. It's the best of the three of them.
That is a badass movie. Fatal Attraction, I was like, man, this is kind of
yeah, it's like boring. If I didn't like Dress to Kill,
you know what?
I don't know if those are maybe for me.
Sorry, Chris. I might be thinking about Basic Instinct.
Basic Instinct is one with Sharon Stone where she uncrosses her legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit! Fatal Attraction has
that's
Glenn Close.
Glenn Close, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking Basic Instinct. You're right, dude. I get those mixed up a lot. No, I'm going Basic Instinct's better than that's the best of the three.
That is like a great like neo noir. Like,
correct.
Grimy.
I agree with that. Yeah.
You like Paul Verhoeven, Chris? So I think you would dig that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That would be the one I would pick if I would,
Yes.
Yeah.
You should
have them all in my hand, ready to choose.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. This movie's grimy, dude. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I liked it almost as much as I remembered liking it, which I think is good because I remembered really liking this movie, but also feeling grimy after watching it. Yeah. And I think that pretty much stands. I think that you should give it Basic Instinct to watch if you haven't seen it yet. It's really good. It's probably on Tubi.
Basic Instinct's awesome.
But I think this movie is... I don't know. It's a weird Scorsese. The accent doesn't bother me as much as it does Chris, but it definitely puts a cap on where I'm willing to rate this movie.
Yeah.
Because it's so prominent and he's such a main character. And it's just like, dude, it's Robert De Niro, dude. Why did you have him talk like that? Give him like a little something. Give him a little country draw. Like,
I think it's more De Niro like making that choice than anything.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Bobby, what are you doing?
To be perfectly honest, like when I went on my initial run of like all the Scorsese movies, I watched this and I was like, yeah, it was okay. And I was interested to watch it again because I hadn't seen it since. This is only the second time I watched it. And I watched it this time thinking I would like it more. And I like it, but I don't really like as far as the Scorsese canon goes, it's like pretty low.
I was saying it's gotta be fairly low.
Yeah. Okay. Like it feels this is the movie he did directly after Goodfellas.
I would probably put this in the middle on my personal Scorsese list somewhere. Probably in the middle.
Yeah.
Because you probably have some stuff that I wouldn't rank it. Like we probably have some stuff flip-flopped, I would think. Well, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of Scorsese stuff I don't even
He's got like he's got like 30, almost 30 movies. If you're not counting documentaries and stuff.
Yeah, he's got a few I'll probably never watch. And there's a few I do want to watch that I just haven't gotten around to. But there's definitely a few missing in my, my viewing. But I would put this pretty low. I'm glad my like super, like I was kind of scared I was going to be the outcast of. So I didn't hate it.
No,
I enjoyed watching it, but
I like it, and I'm having fun talking about it because I think there's a lot of good, interesting stuff in it.
The story is better than the execution, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. I was just even there was a lot of like, I don't know, kind of like messy stuff in it. Like a lot of the screaming and stuff. Like you could tell they weren't screaming in the scene, but they just put the audio in.
Oh,
and some dubbing issues, and it felt a little. I don't know if it's just like a sign of the time, the early 90s, like some of those like wide like landscape shots with like the terrible like starry night in the background over the house. Like it just felt a little sloppy, and
I don't even pay attention to that shit.
It feels like a work for hire movie for Scorsese. Like I when I watch it, I'm like, he's not passionate about this story. Yeah. Like he's not dialed in. Because he just
I can recognize that.
He just made Goodfellas, and like I feel like he's bringing a lot of the techniques and stuff. Like almost every shot is like a whip pan or a push in or something. Like he's using the same energy of the camera, but it's like the heart's.
It was early 90s, all the early 90s, it looks like it was shot in the 80s.
Yeah, in the end when the boat's going down the river and there's a lot of like flipping but they'll like show the boat and the boat's just kind of like rocking, but then like the camera would flip upside down and okay, like.
And the
man, boat, that's ridiculous that would bother you.
I mean, it's not like kills the entire thing, but it's just a lot of those little things. Just like like you said earlier, just kind of puts a cap on my. On my score.
I mean, the accent does because that's prominent, but all the other stuff I don't even. I mean, I'm not surprised that you do. I don't even like. It doesn't even calculate into my like, rating of the movie at all. But I really enjoy it. definitely
I'm glad we watched it.
I can definitely see that he didn't have like his heart and soul into this one.
Yeah.
I tell you what I didn't like is I didn't like the Goodfella ripoff shots. I hated them. Like hated them is a strong word. I noticed them and was like, oh.
Well, I
like
think
all that like what? Like,
yeah.
like bro, chill. Like,
and some
he
of
did
it
so much.
And some of it he is homaging the old like classic Hollywood movies, like a Hitchcock movie or something.
Okay.
A lot of those camera moves, it does have that sort of a look to it. And I think that's pretty intentional, just paying homage to the old movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is like, it felt too busy sometimes. I was like, okay, you don't have to move it every time you cut to another character. Like it's a little busy, you know. It works for Goodfellas because that movie, you know, it's almost a montage. It's moving so fast.
Bro,
like
for real.
You're flipping through.
That's hilarious because it really is.
I mean, there's big sections of that movie that are montage. Like you're cutting, you know, I mean, you're getting 30 seconds and then you're moving through time. You know, it's never staying still. For something like this, it doesn't suit his style and his taste as well as other things do.
Yeah. Like if I didn't know it was Scorsese, I would probably never guess it.
Really?
Well, I didn't know it until Josh said something.
Yeah. I honestly, I thought I was going to like it a little bit more than I did. Still liked it. Still enjoyed it, but just.
This is kind of the opinion I thought I was going to get from y'all.
Yeah.
I kind of expected it to be like this because after watching it, there is some things about it that are like, so, oh, hold on. I got to bring up the girl that he was like playing racquetball with. First off, when I was a like young man, there was something about her that I found attractive. Watching it this time, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So I just wanted to point that out that, bro, dude, she's actually a really cool chick though. Like I've seen her in a few things and she's cool, but man, the scene where he beats her up and bites her cheek.
Oh yeah.
That has been in my mind since I watched this movie the very first time. And that is what I think of when I think of this movie. Is I think of him doing that to her. And I'm like, that's why to me this is a brutal movie because it's just a couple of small scenes, like the manipulation of the daughter, doing that to that woman. Those are brutal acts. Those are like evil acts. And I think that's what makes this guy a great villain and a scary guy. But
you know the scene with the daughter where he sticks his thumb in her mouth.
Okay,
that was improv. She didn't know he was going to do that. And and they said that. Well, he told Scorsese he's like, I'm going to try something.
Oh God!
and then they just shot it, and that was the first take. Like,
and she was like, "What?"
Well, I mean, it's like an uncut shot. Like he sticks his.
She's like, "Did you just take a shit and wipe your ass?" Like,
well, he sticks
what's
his
that smell? Is it in your fingernails, Bobby?
He puts his thumb in there and then pulls it out and then puts it back in there.
Yeah, bro,
and that's all one shot.
That's rough.
Like so, she goes with it.
Well, she's a professional, but like,
but
he's trying to show Scorsese. He's like, no, I'm gonna do this, and Scorsese's like, get your fucking thumb out of my mouth.
But if you look at it, like you can kind of see the surprise in her eye.
Yeah,
when it happens, like
she's not that caliber of an actor. You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, let's. This is about enough talk. It was a good movie, man. I had a good time watching it. I think I probably put it right at about 7.5, right in the middle of my acceptable movie range.
Yeah,
and I'll watch it again someday. I own it. I might even upgrade to a Blu-ray at some point because I thought the picture looked pretty bad on the DVD, so I would like to watch it on a better format at some point. But yeah, man, I'm glad we watched it, dude. Whose week is it to pick movie this week?
I think it's Chris's.
Okay.
Is it mine? Damn.
So there's a movie called Bones and All that came out that I want to see. I'm hearing fucking amazing things about it. I'm gonna watch that movie and then I'm gonna start working on my top 10 of the year pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh brought that one up to me the other day. I think I heard about it, but
I've been trying to see it for like 2 weeks, man. I haven't had the time.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Banshees.
Oh wow!
Couldn't get to the theater.
Yeah, Bones and All. I'm hearing from like people that I know and talk to that it's like their top 1 or 2 or 3 of the year.
Wow.
I know, dude. I'm like, what?
Hope that sticks around for a little while. Yeah.
Decision to Leave is still up there for me. Terrifier 2 is going to be my top of the year. I mean,
Shocker.
I know, right? It'd be really weird if I didn't put that. I'm like, and number 2 is Terrifier, and people are like, what? I'm like, JK, that's number 1. Number 2 is fuck you. It's also Terrifier. I watched a few things this week. Carissa and Charlie and I watched Friday the 13th together. So I'm trying to get Charlie into horror movies. I thought that was pretty tame. So and it is.
The OG.
Yeah, original one. We watched that one. And Charlie, you didn't happen to see our video, did you?
I haven't watched that one yet. I watched the Tucker and Dale.
I'll just let it alone though, because you'll like Charlie's funny in it, dude. She's such a silly kid. She only stayed in here for about 10 minutes, maybe 8 minutes of that video, and we told her to go back to her room because Chris and I wanted to do the video. But it was fun having her in here. It was fun having her as part of the movie. She is starting to get into these with me finally. I'm pretty happy. But we watched one called Blood Relatives, which is probably going to be in my top 10 of the year. It was fucking awesome, and I don't have a clue if y'all would like it.
Is that the one you were texting about earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't for the life of me figure out if y'all will like this. My first thought was that you guys might like it because y'all have kids, and then I was like, yeah, Hugh probably won't like it. I was like, wait, he's got grown kids, he might like it. But then I really don't know, man. I feel like I want y'all to like it, but you probably won't like it very much. But I still kind of want you to watch it. I don't know, that's stupid, but like it's not even 90 minutes. Like it's like 88 minutes or something, if I'm not mistaken. So it's pretty short.
Shudder thing?
Yes, it's a Shudder exclusive.
Okay.
But it's got Josh Rubin has a cameo in it. He was a producer on it, and you know, anything he's a part of, I'm going to support just solely based on the fact that he was so cool to me and the channel when we had no subscribers. I thought that was really nice of him. So
yeah,
those I watched that, and then I'm trying to watch what is it, Vietnamese Horror Story. I'm trying to watch that one. Okay. There's a few things I'm trying to watch, but I don't have much time, man. The next couple of days, I might try to watch some things. I don't know. I really just want to get some stuff done in the garage and get some things that are in the house, but we'll see. Did y'all watch anything else this week?
Josh and I went to Glass Onion the other day.
What is that?
The Knives Out sequel?
The new Knives Out sequel.
Oh, is it awesome?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I don't like it as much as the first one, but
that's a pretty hard sell. The first one,
it is. Classic. Yeah. The first one's great, and you know,
I consider Knives Out a classic.
Yeah, they did about as good a job as I would expect. You know,
Edward Norton's in it. I just want to watch it because I like Edward Norton, man. He's a great role, but
there's a bunch of cameos. It's got more comedy in it than the first one.
It looked like it did based on the trailer.
Yeah. The first one's a little silly, but this one kind of leaned in a little more. And
I forgot it was called Glass Onion. It's a weird name.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the reason why.
It's still a ton of fun. Just
there they are. Sorry, I was waiting for my hooker friends.
Man, it took forever.
I know, right? Where you guys been?
Almost too late.
For real, right? We're wrapping things up. But wrap it up. Not that thing, guys. Not that thing.
But some of the comedy just felt flat a little bit, I thought. But it's still a ton of fun. It was really good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I saw it in the theater and didn't just like watch it on Netflix.
Nice.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I think I liked it slightly more than Chris, but I have the same complaint. Like there's a few too many jokes that kind of don't land. And it's like you leaned on it a little too hard. Like I wish it had a little bit more of a.
Was Daniel Craig like sillier in it?
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, his character needs to be a little drawn back. They need to pull it in a little bit, rein it in just a little bit, and he would be awesome to just keep showing up and stuff.
Yeah, like Knives Out was like at a 9. They dialed this one up to 11, and they really should have just kept it at about the same.
Okay,
and he's still great. He's still great.
Oh, I would be shocked if he wasn't.
Yeah. There's a few like really good like laugh out loud, like
nice,
shocking. Not really shocking, but just a few like little reveals that are fun
cool.
and get good laughs.
Oh yeah, it's a blast. You'll have a good time with it for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one as soon as I can. I honestly forgot all about it. It kind of came under the radar. Like it was just like, oh, this is here.
It kind of did.
Well, yeah, Alamo didn't even get it. We went and saw it at Cinemark. Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's not really on my radar much. Alamo doesn't have it. Duh. Because I was kind of like, I'm kind of surprised. Hey, baby, you going to bed? You want to say hi to Josh and Chris?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Look at this comfy outfit, bro. What?
Yeah. Of course.
Mwah. She rode her bike with no training wheels now. Let's go. Let's go. Super fast.
This is how I was like at the beginning. Whoa.
Yep.
And now you're like this.
Yeah. And my feet are pedaling.
All right, get out of here. Right, I love you. Is Bricken already going to bed?
Yeah, he's taking a shower.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll tell him good night in a minute. I love you.
Love you too.
Dude, that little outfit rules. It's just like the most colorful, softest thing. And
that's what I would expect her to wear every day.
Yes.
Natalie has a bunch of stuff like that too.
Yes.
I'm sure that's coming for B at some point.
If I just snuck in your house and dropped off Charlie and took Natalie, dude, I'd take you like a couple of hours before like, wait a minute. Pink hair, wrong kid. Where's my kid?
You just put the little hood on,
right? Oh man,
sure.
What are we watching this week, Chris?
We talked about it a little bit a couple of weeks ago, and I've been wanting to rewatch it. But 3 Billboards.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I've been wanting to rewatch it since Banshees of Inisherin, and I've only seen it once, and obviously I think we all love the movie. But it's been a while.
I saw it twice really quick, so I haven't watched it in a while though.
Okay.
Yeah, I own that one, so I'm happy to watch it. Chris will be stoked. She likes that movie too.
Yeah. I've been wanting to rewatch it.
Dude, having Carissa on my channel a lot lately has been way fun, man. I hope we can continue it once she finds work. I don't think we'll be able to though. Yeah. She's been watching like real horror movies with me, dude. It's wild, dude. We watched Annabelle Comes Home. First off, shockingly good movie. I thought it was gonna be terrible. It was pretty good. Dude, just the whole movie. She was like grabbing onto me, dude. It scared the shit out of her. It was awesome. Hey, what's up, Julie? Unfortunately, we're wrapping up, but how are you?
Hey, Julie.
Yeah, I've heard that the original Annabelle's really bad, and then the sequels are pretty good.
That's the way it goes sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I got it in horror pack, and I was like, man, this is silly. And then I read the premise of it, and I was like, actually, I kind of like the way this sounds. I might watch this, and then I did. I watched it like the next day with Carissa. And I was like, at the end of it, I was like clapping. I was like, holy shit, that was fun. There's a couple of parts in it that are real cheesy, but like otherwise, it's a pretty solid movie, man. I mean, it's wasn't breaking any new ground, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. Sure. And they got me twice with jump scares. I'm gonna blame one of them on Carissa because she had my attention and then it got me. But one of them was like a genuine. It got me. Like I was just not expecting it, and it just popped up and got me. Which jump scares are they've slowed down on them a lot in the past like 2 years. They used to be just every movie was just jump scare, and a lot of the more elevated horror stuff is like light on that, which is making movies with jump scares a little more palatable. So it was cool, you know.
I feel like it's swinging back around. Like, I think people are getting tired of the elevated horror or whatever you want to call it.
Fucking please.
Because I mean, even A24 is putting out stuff like X and bodies, and
that was awesome. That's probably better than Pearl to me. No,
bodies.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think I remember you liking it, but
I did. I liked it quite a bit.
It
was different than I thought it was going to be, and it was what I was hoping was. I was like, all right, they're making me think it could do some really funny things and like poke fun at people that I don't like, but it could be tricking me. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, nope, it's making fun of people. This is awesome. I was like, quit being so serious, folks. Like, the world is already dark enough. We don't need you out here whining and fucking virtue signaling. Hey, what is 1899? I've heard a few people talk about it. I don't even know what that is.
The new Netflix show.
Oh, well,
it's a German show, I think.
Ooh, double out.
They came out with a show called Dark that's had a couple of seasons, and it came after Stranger Things. Everybody's like, now this is like the more serious Stranger Things.
Okay.
It had a couple of seasons, and I've heard a lot of good stuff about it.
Okay.
But I never got around to it. But I think it's German, but it's Netflix, so it'll have subtitles. I mean,
yeah. I'll check it out. I'll be willing to at least check it out a little bit. I just like to immediately go on TV shows.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. That's why I haven't watched it yet. But I hear a lot of good stuff.
Well, you know, the problem isn't even that I don't think I'll like them. The problem is that I will probably like them, and I don't have the time to invest in a TV show.
Yeah.
That's really all my issue is. I don't really have a... Oh, dude. Man, I feel like I haven't talked to you guys hardly at all in the past couple of weeks, man. Maybe even a month. We've all been really, really busy, especially with the holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
But I got... y'all haven't... Dude, so I started doing this new thing on Sunday night. Y'all really should jump in, man. It is so much fun, dude. we're killing it on Sunday nights. We have the Sunday night punk rock review now. I've been doing it for like 3 weeks, and it is only punk, metal, and hardcore. There is no Juice WRLD. There's no Lil Peep. There's no rap. There's no pop. There's no hip hop. There's no trip hop. There's no EDM. None of that shit. It's just guitar based music, and we're like discovering, dude, tons of new bands, right? And like everybody that's in the other live, like 80% of them are jumping over here, and we're having so much more fun because we don't have like, I'm restructuring how I do the lives. When we're about to hit 25K, I got a lot of stuff I'll tell you guys about off of a stream, but I got this tape. This band name is fucking Puffer, dude. Like I don't really know what to think of it, but this tape is so hard to find, and I featured them on one of my episodes, and like 3 or 4 of our people now have it like on their watch list trying to find copies. Dude, this is so badass. But I was going to tell you this. They're real short demo tapes, and I'm finding a bunch of these online. And I'm going to start making my own copies of them and giving them out on the show, dude. It's going to be so fucking fun, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to make art and everything. It's going to be kind of a pain, but like it'll be fun, man. It'll be something cool to get if you're hanging out on the stream. Like, and the way I'm going to do the new thing is that everybody on Patreon is going to be, that's where I'm going to reach out on Patreon and on like the Discord. I'm going to reach out on those platforms to get my recommendations for the live streams now. So there's no more, hey, can you play this? No, dude. If you're not a Patreon member, you don't get a say anymore. Like they get us, unless you super chat or something. If you donate to the channel, of course you get a say. But if you're not supporting a channel like that, then you can come hang out. And if you throw me like a really good one, I might write it down or I might just check it out. But like no obligation there. It's like the people that really matter to the channel are going to get a say every weekend, and that's the way we're going to do it now. I'm pretty excited. I got a whole bunch of changes I'll talk to you guys about in person. It's really cool. I got some ideas that I think are going to really increase my viewership and probably my Patreon. I think it's going to make a lot of people happy. I'm going to really focus on that, and my Etsy's getting cleaned up, and I've been working on that a lot. Lots of cool stuff. But hell yeah, dude, awesome, dude. 3 billboards.
Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah.
What they said, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri is the movie we're watching. It is amazing. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's not a horror movie. It's like a high drama, but it's got a little bit of comedy in it. But it's a heartstring tugger. So
it's a little long, but I figured we all love it.
But it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
And you said you wanted to do a little bit more popular stuff, so I figure it's a good time to throw something a little more well known.
Yeah, we take a couple of weeks off on horror movies. I'll jump back on them next time. I mean, Cape Fear was essentially a horror movie. So, awesome, dude. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Everybody, thank you for hanging out. It's kind of a weird episode. I don't know. We don't have Hugh here. He's got a migraine, so he's not here. So it's kind of felt weird to go back to the 3 dynamic. Like I'm so used to trying to juggle all 4 of us now. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Like and comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 1,500 on Horror Hangout and 25,000 on Shop 31. So thank you so much for your support. It's appreciated. Have a good night. Peace.